Well, it's getting to feel a lot like Christmas, and I thought time to get ready with some cards. So I have this cute little die that I picked up at the range. I think it was about £1, and it really is just a charming little robin. It's got a very nice clear outline, and so what I have done is run that through my embossing machine, and I've used an old tin can to cut out that silhouette. Because of the shape of the die, this part that's the wing also comes through, and I did this on a different color can so that I'd be able to superimpose one color can with the other, giving it the feeling of a little robin redbreast. I have fond memories of my grandmother or my Oma always singing to me a song about a little robin redbreast. She was an Australian, but she was an opera singer, and she used to come to the UK to sing quite often. So yeah, that's just a little memory for me, nothing related to this video at all. Right, so I've got some 300 grams card here. This is just a piece of really terrible watercolor paper that I had, and I thought I'm not going to waste it because it is nice for card making. It's substantial. I have cut out a piece of embossed paper, and I have backed it with some double-sided tape, and I have 2 different colors of background card which I have double-sided tape on. So we're going to just assemble this fairly quickly. I don't want to take up too much of your time. I'd rather you get making. And let me just open this out because it's going to be easier to work on. Right, so I'm just going to use my point of my craft knife to flick up the edge of this double-sided tape. And I am somebody who just likes simplicity. I don't like fussy stuff, so I'm afraid you can go ahead and embellish this as much as you like, but that's not my style. So I just want to position this so it slides right up to the edge here. That's nice and secure. Now my next step is I want to superimpose the silver on top of the red, and I'm going to do that now. I remember when I was younger, nobody would have dreamed of ever putting silver and red together. It just wasn't a done thing. Everything was always gold and green. It just goes to show how things change over time. Thank heavens they do, otherwise life would be so boring. Anyway, that was just the tradition back then. So I want to just have this pretty fair and square in the middle, so I'm just lining this up, eyeballing it and pressing it down, and that's the beauty of double-sided tape. It is very easy to do. I'd like my sentiment to be pretty much equidistant between those 3 spaces, so I'm going to just secure that in place next. And this is a wonderful way to create cards if you have a lot to do, because you could actually prepare all of this in batches, so that you do 10 of one and a piece of red and 10 of the silver, and then you could spend an evening just laying up, just cutting them in batches. Now let's just eyeball this equidistant between all sides like that, pretty straight at the bottom. Now I've got some really thin edges here with my little robin, but I am choosing to use the wing, and this wing was made from one of those cans that have bottled water or tinned water in them. So my thought here is, because this is very thin just on the red section, is that I'm going to put double-sided tape across both of those, and I thought let me show you how I do that so that we can work it out together. So I'm not going to make my pieces of tape too long, but I do want them to line inside the die area pretty neatly. So just make sure we're getting those edges lined up nicely there. Right, got them firmly in my hands, and by putting the tape across both of those, I think that I will have enough to secure it down and make it really stable. I have a little edge here where you can see that it is overlapping, but I'm not too worried about that, because when I peel the tape off I can just tuck that in. So I'm going to start by peeling off the underneath piece, and that sounds a bit daft, but I want the top piece to grip onto the underneath piece and make it a little bit easier for me to peel the second bit off. So there you go, just pulling the second piece off. Metal sometimes does want to not grip immediately to the tape, and that little edge that was sticking out, I've just used the blade of my craft knife to put that down. So that's really nice and neat. I've got nothing showing through there at all. And now I just want to position how I want my little bird to stand. I think like that. And there we have it. A lovely simple little card with my little stamp, my little die. And this is all made with a soda can. This outside one was a Coke can, and this was still water that was in there. For me, I love it because it's very simplistic, but you could sparkle up the little snowflakes if you wanted to. You could add bits of ribbon, and that's entirely up to you. I will leave a link below on how to clean the soda cans, how to open them up, and how to lay them up to emboss them. But if you've got any comments or any suggestions, if you like this video, just give me a thumbs up, comments down below, and please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.